Thank you very much. My name is Moses Mokaya. I'm a PhD scholar at KU Leuven in collaboration with the Kenyan university called Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. This is part of my PhD work, and my colleagues are some of my supervisors. So just a bit of the introduction and background. Approximately 2.2% of the Kenyan population have diabetes, and nearly 2/3 have undiagnosed diabetes, which really portends a grim future in terms of non-communicable diseases situation in Kenya. As my colleague Dr. Karanja mentioned, Kenya is in nutrition transition, where food environment really influences unhealthy dietary choices and of course the outcomes of obesity and overweight existing in the same environment with underweight and stunting. We know that dietary behavior and food environment affects the control of type 2 diabetes, and this has been shown by Keding and Peters. But we don't know the specific drivers in the food environment that influence dietary intake in adults with type 2 diabetes in Kenya. So the purpose of this study was to explore the barriers and facilitators to dietary intake in adults with type 2 diabetes in Kenya. This was a qualitative study that used telephone interviews that were conducted between August and December 2020 because of the COVID pandemic. Then a sample population of adults with type 2 diabetes that received care from 6 hospitals in Nakuru, which is one of the cities in southwestern of Nairobi in Kenya. We used random selection of 6 hospitals in Nakuru, which then we also did purposive sampling to get the 30 participants that took part in this study. Data collection method, we used a semi-structured questionnaire that was administered using an electronically recorded mobile telephone interviews. We analyzed the data using NVivo 12 software and of course used the inductive content analysis to arrive at the key themes. In our results, we conducted a total of 30 interviews, and the average age of the respondents was 56 years old, ranging from 33 to 80 years old. And to move on to the key aspects about this study, that the leading facilitators to dietary intake, there are many, but we selected only 4 for this presentation. The first one is knowledge on the benefits of food, which is according to Tana and others, is in the personal domain. Then owning gardens or farms that produce foods for the household is another facilitator. Then access to healthy food and proximity to food selling and points, which were external domains, still looking at Tana's approach. Then the leading barriers to dietary intake were 4. One of them is inaccurate beliefs on food and dietary practices, which also included cultural beliefs and practices that actually were barriers to healthy dietary intake. Tastes and preferences, basically arising from childhood experiences, then socio-demographic factors and seasonality of fruits and vegetables, which was the only leading environmental or external factor that we found from this study. In conclusion, the facilitators of dietary intake in type 2 diabetes are influenced by external and personal domains, and this affects knowledge and dietary patterns as well as the food choices. So the way forward is promoting food literacy is a potential approach to influencing healthy dietary practices in Kenya and probably in low and middle income countries. Thank you very much.